Those who are focused on awareness or received self-realization, and now, well, all right, I am the self. That is why I'm not the biggest fan of the word self or awareness, because majority of people have not grown through the required devotional processes to the divine and God to truly understand and embody the self, which is God, which is the divine. If people went on a fast track to open to the self, they will simply feel open and spacious. They will overcome certain challenges. They will feel the transcendence beyond duality. But alignment with God, with the will of divine, it's a continuous refinement process. As one of the best teachers of non-duality, Ramana Maharshi, said that the realized one must always keep the focus on the self. But what happened with many of those who followed, they forgot that continuous focus on the self. And thus life has a pull which people get drawn back into and continue living as awakened, intelligent mammals. Now, Kirpal Singh, one of the greatest Santmat Satgurus, has said, when you dedicate your life to the Master's mission, you become an instrument of God, carrying his love and truth to the world. It is the same view of Meher Baba, who gave instructions, who requested absolute trust from his devotees or students, because he knew the higher will of God, fully aligned with it, seeing beyond time, beyond logic, beyond what makes sense in the world of the living, in Pinda. Many had challenges following through. Many complained on the way, as humans usually do, because this is too difficult or this doesn't make sense. But what do they know with their limited perspectives? The will of the infinite. What do they know with the limited mind, which is beyond time and space? And only as years and decades pass, then they come to see, if they have the insight to see, this higher wisdom or the will of God. So it is a spiritual process of transformation of a human being, let's put it into quotes, intelligent mammal who strives with survival, comforts, procreation, expanding their physical domain. Transformation of the human being into a divine instrument by cultivating virtues, realizing soul's unity with God through the Master's guidance. So the soul, when it becomes unhindered to the divine light sound stream, it shines forth as a true reflection of God's light. the soul itself. It is about molding the disciple into a more perfect being who lives for God and who serves humanity selflessly, who lives for God and service. Because many who awaken even to higher levels of consciousness, especially in other spiritual communities, they continue living for themselves, not for God. So this is a very easy, actually, it comes down to this one question: do I live for myself or for God? Very simple question. And that then illuminates the ego, the spiritual ego, the enlightened ego. Do I live for myself or for God? It's a very easy check. No matter the level of consciousness, no matter even if you're at full consciousness for a few years, do I live for my own interests or for God? For the divine, for the source. And this is why if we understand that the self or awareness is the divine, is God, with a greater will than our own, then we can truly ask this question: do I live for myself or for God? That's where even Jesus said that I am in this world, but I'm not of it. He was a shining example of being the beacon of God's love and truth. And he said, I am the way and the truth and the light to the Father, God. He was very clear about that. A beautiful example. Neem Karoli Baba was always saying, love, serve, feed the people. When people used to ask him questions, how do I become enlightened? How do I solve these problems in my life? He said, feed the people. And they said, that doesn't make sense. But in other words, be of service. That's what he really meant, be of service. Now in the West, yes, there is abundance of food. We don't need to feed the people or focus on it. In those days, there wasn't much food in India, so it was a way of service. It was a great task to feed the people. It was a great challenge. But what he truly meant is to be of service. In a similar way as the Divine Light sound stream, Meher Baba made another quote: to be a true instrument of God, one must become nothing first. For only in nothingness can God's will flow unhindered. And to really understand this saying is to again contemplate if I'm living for my own sake or for the sake of God. If we picture a divine flute, like the example of Krishna, the divine flute has double meaning or even triple, that it is the divine light sound stream and you are that flute itself. that must become pure, unhindered, all the holes opened. And through this flute there blows the air as the divine light sound stream, and the music, the melody of love is played.